I wondered, what is life really like in Ukraine in 2024? In early October, I decided to find out for myself. I set off from Chisinau, Moldova's capital, and boarded a bus to Odessa. In this video, I'll take you through the beautiful streets of Odessa, where the charm of cobblestone lanes contrasts with the shadow of war. But the journey doesn't end here. After a few intense days, I move on to Kyiv, Ukraine's capital, where the reminders of war feel even more present. I'll end my journey in Lviv, which was, for a long time, considered one of Ukraine's safer cities. Come with me as I explore the resilience and beauty of Ukraine, a country in war. Good morning from Odessa. And yes, you've heard right, I'm here in Odessa, Ukraine, and we have early October 2024. And you might ask yourself, what am I doing right now in a country that has an active war going on? And that's because I want to see what the life is like in Ukraine right now in 2024, after the war with Russia is going on for more than 2.5 years already. So looking down here in the streets, everything looks super normal. People are just walking around down there. And yeah, I'm gonna make my way all the way up to Lviv, and hopefully I will get the chance to visit Kyiv as well. So before I go out, I always make sure I have my passport with me plus 300 euros in there, just in case something happens and I have to leave the country immediately and I don't have the chance to come back here. This is all I need for leaving the country, so I make sure to not leave the house without this. And then it was time to explore the city. Odessa is a really beautiful city with lots of ancient buildings, galleries, parks, and nice beaches along the Black Sea coast. However, I didn't visit any of the beaches as it was already way too cold for me. I especially like the old opera building with its beautiful little park in the courtyard behind it. As of 2019, the city counted a little over 1 million inhabitants, though I think many left when the war started. Since the city houses a major seaport, it's frequently attacked by Russia. While walking through the streets of Odessa, I definitely noticed that the streets were less crowded than they should be for a city with over 1 million inhabitants. Many residents have left the city because of Russian attacks, and men over the age of 25, unless exempted, can be drafted to defend Ukraine from Russia. In the streets, I saw many tour operators promoting their tours, but there were hardly any tourists in the city. I think the only people joining the tours were other Ukrainians who decided to visit Odessa for whatever reason. Besides me and my friend, I didn't meet another foreigner during my time in Odessa. But in general, life during the day seemed pretty normal. People went shopping, markets were open, and you could almost miss the signs that an active war is going on in Ukraine right now. At least until you stumble across the first destroyed buildings. On the night of July 22nd, 2023, Russia sent multiple missiles to the city's historic center. A total of 25 architectural monuments were damaged, including the Transfiguration Cathedral, the biggest cathedral in the city, which was partially destroyed. Inside, I saw the remains of the cathedral's former glory, or what is left of it. The attack on this UNESCO World Heritage Site was declared a possible war crime by the UN. So, I've spent the last couple of days here in Odessa, and during the day life seems very normal here in the city, but every day the air raid sirens have gone on multiple times throughout the day. Especially at night, that's when Russia attacks. Especially this last couple of days, there's been a lot of attacks here in Odessa and a lot of people died. And yeah, I've experienced some of these alarms that went off. Okay, so the air sirens, the air alert sirens just went on outside. And we got some special notifications on the Telegram groups I'm not really sure what's going on right now. Oh, there's a missile coming to... Fuck. Lakin, we have to go to the bunker. Okay, so that's the group chat, the Telegram group, saying approaching ballistics to Odessa right now. We're here in the bathroom and waiting. It's not gonna hit here, it's a residential area. It's not gonna hit here. Okay, so we got a message the first missile hit, but we didn't feel anything here, so it was far away, I think. So the missile is on its way. We're in the supermarket. We didn't know what to do when the alert came, but like everyone's just like grocery shopping. It's like I'm scared. I kind of want to stay back here. So yeah, generally it's pretty scary for me. I've never experienced anything like this. One day I was in a restaurant and we even felt the shock waves from outside, so we didn't only hear the explosions, we felt the ground shaking. And I was freaking out, but everyone else in the restaurant seemed completely fine, relaxed. People were even laughing at us when they saw how scared we were. But it's just very surreal, very bizarre experience for me. And I can definitely not recommend anyone to come here because it is scary. Of course, like you never know what's gonna happen the next day. It is scary. During my time in Odessa, 14 civilians were killed and 28 injured. The majority of attacks were launched on Odessa's seaport and other sensitive infrastructure. However, multiple civilians, including children, died here during my stay. Children have put up pictures in parks in support of Ukrainian soldiers. You can also see plaques commemorating fallen soldiers and many advertisements across the city encouraging people to join the Ukrainian army. In front of most buildings you can see Ukrainian flags blowing in the wind. I'm kind of looking forward to going to Kyiv tomorrow because the city has a defense system so they can shoot down the missiles from the air, which will hopefully give me a safer feeling. Welcome to Kyiv. Yesterday I arrived here with a train after like 7 hours from Odessa. And it's very cold here actually, very grey. So I'm here at the Maidan, or the Independence Square in Kyiv city center, and yeah, have a look around. So all across the city you see a lot of Ukrainian flags and plaques about different battles. For example, this one here is Lviv, and it's really sad. You can see there's a lot of pictures hung up from people that lost their lives while defending Ukraine. Like seeing all of this from so close and being so close to the actual war is like an experience I never had before, and it's very touching. Just seeing like the pictures of people, some of them are even younger than I am. Everywhere across Kyiv you can see huge banners in support of Ukrainian soldiers and advertisements encouraging people to join the army to defend their country. So I'm getting kind of hungry now. I haven't had breakfast yet, so let's find some typical Ukrainian food. Okay, so it's time to try some Ukrainian food, and this is Verniki, but these are like, I think like some special ones, not typical ones. There's like ricotta and spinach in there, so it's kind of the Italian version of it, I think. Oh wow. This is much better than any Verniki I tried before. These are really good, but I have to say they're a bit like Italian version, I think. Okay, so this is potato pancakes. It's a very typical dish here. And you get it with a sour cream. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of sour cream, I'm gonna try it. The pancakes are really good. 10 out of 10. So the lunch was really good, and now I found a park here, and look at this. So there used to be a big statue here in the park, but now this is all covered up. Like Kyiv has an air defense system, so if something gets shot down and there's like debris falling, this is gonna protect the statue, I assume.
Even though Kyiv has a very advanced Patriot system to shoot down Russian missiles and drones, the city is not 100% safe, and ballistics sometimes get past the system.
I am here in a very important place in Kyiv. I am in front of the Mother Ukraine statue. It's right behind me here. Look how big it is. So this statue was built after the Soviet Union defeated Nazi Germany back then. And this statue here on the shield, they had a big hammer and sickle up until last year. Once Russia started invading Ukraine though, they replaced the hammer and sickle with a symbol of Ukraine. And on the other side we have a really nice view over the city. So you see down here we have some tanks also painted in Ukraine colors. So there's a lot of like tanks and like military stuff over there. A really big Ukraine flag over here. And yeah, I'm gonna have a look around here.
This monument used to be called Motherland, built as a symbol of the Soviet Union's defeat over Nazi Germany. Along with the removal of the Soviet hammer and sickle, the statue was renamed to Mother Ukraine. Today, it stands 62 meters tall and overlooks Ukraine's capital.
So down here we have some World War II tanks, I think.
There's also a military museum up here, which I skipped because of the harsh wind and cold. Instead, I headed back to the city center.
While walking through the city, you also notice a lot of buildings that are like barricaded, like here. The windows here, they put like wood into the windows. I think it is because in case there's an explosion somewhere to save the glass in there. I'm not entirely sure though, but I noticed this a couple of times now.
Not only are windows barricaded, but statues and fountains are also entirely covered up to protect them from debris that can fall whenever a Russian missile is shot down by Kyiv's air defense system.
I am here at another plaza and there are so many pictures of fallen soldiers. It's really sad.
Before leaving Ukraine's capital, I wanted to see one of the city's major tourist attractions, the Golden Gate, which served as the main entrance to the capital of Kievan Rus during the 11th century. The entire construction was torn down during the Middle Ages and only later rebuilt by the Soviet Union. Since there are no images of the original gate, nobody knows if this reconstruction truly resembles the original. The next day, I had to get up really early in the morning to catch my train to Lviv. Since martial law is in effect in Ukraine during the war, people are not permitted to leave their homes between midnight and 5 a.m. Because of this curfew, many people spend the night at the train station to avoid missing their early morning trains. To enter the station, we had to go through metal detectors and scan our luggage. I'm not sure if these safety measures are standard or in place because of the war.
So that's our cabin. We got a private cabin. It was like 30 euros each, I think. It's worth it for a 7-hour train ride. Yeah, I'm excited to see Lviv. Let's have some privacy. I'm very happy that we could get this private cabin because we have a bed in here and we can just lay down, which is so nice because it's a very long ride, 7 hours or 7.5 until Lviv. We started at 6:30 in the morning. So yeah, I just woke up from a nap here in the cabin. Very excited to see Lviv now soon. It's very comfortable, right? The scenery doesn't change at all. Everything looks exactly like this. So we have just arrived to Lviv and let's go out of the train. Just lives very steep here. Okay. And let's find the exit. The sun is shining here in Lviv, which is really nice after this couple of very grey days in Kyiv. It's a really nice train station here. Oh wow, the sun is so nice. Yeah, been a couple of days since I've seen the sun. So let's try to find a taxi. Welcome to Lviv. I arrived on the train yesterday and I haven't really checked out anything in the city yet, so we're gonna do that together. So far the city looks really, really beautiful. Lviv is very close to Poland, so we're gonna see a lot of Polish influences here in the architecture. And yeah, let's see what we can find. Right over here, I just found a market, I think. Wow, it's very bright, the sun. I would say we're gonna check out the market. This looks really cute. Here we can go inside, I think.
The first thing I noticed was how busy this market was compared to those I visited in Odessa. After looking around the market, I decided to head back out and continue exploring the city.
The weather is really nice, and as you can see, there's just so many people out here in the streets. Like, the city is crowded. The city feels really crowded.
Even though Lviv is only the 6th biggest city in Ukraine, there are far more people in the streets compared to Odessa and even Kyiv. Compared to other regions, there are hardly any attacks here in Lviv, making it one of the safest cities to stay in right now. So it's no wonder many Ukrainians choose to leave their hometowns and move to Lviv in search of safety. Some sources estimate that as many as 250,000 displaced people are registered here in Lviv as of 2024. On top of that, there may be many more displaced people who are not registered in the city.
The city is just really, really beautiful. There's like lots of old buildings, like the small streets with the trams going through. It's really cute.
Soon after, I got hungry and decided to try another typical Ukrainian restaurant.
I decided to try another typical Ukrainian dish here and some Ukrainian Riesling, which is really good. This is a typical Ukrainian dish. It's called Banosh. It's like a corn porridge, a polenta with cheese and mushrooms and a cherry tomato. And I've tried polenta once, but it was Romanian polenta. Now it's time for the Ukrainian version. That's not very aesthetic. I don't think it's the most aesthetic food, to be honest. The mushroom sauce is really good. It's like a cream sauce. It's really good. I think I definitely like it more than the Romanian version of polenta that I tried. I found a little park here, a bit away from the main tourist area, so it's way less people here, which is nice because I haven't seen such a crowded city since China, I think. And it's really beautiful here too. And I'm pretty sure this big statue here once used to be a Lenin, and now it is this dude.
In the end, I felt very safe throughout my stay in Lviv. It's a really beautiful city with lots of nice buildings and good restaurants. Overall, I'm very grateful I was able to experience what Ukraine is like right now in 2024.